Good morning. It is Danny Cobbin, 1-1 Coaching. We are live for Monday Motivation. I'm just going to be real with you. It's Monday, which means there's a lot of good things going on. I'm going to do a little meandering for a second while people join in. Actually, no, I'm not, so that I can leave this guys for you guys a little bit later on. What's on my mind this morning? Motivation. Isn't it interesting with motivation that the more things or reasons why you want to do something, the less you actually want to do it. So, for instance, like um, whenever my kid poops or whatever. Oh, better one, better one. Whenever my dog poops in the backyard, I have children, so they have to go run and they go play in the backyard. It's very interesting when you're kicking a soccer ball and then you walk over and you see some dog poop. You're like, oh crap, like this probably ain't good for my kids. So like I have to pick up the dog poop. And it used to be a hassle before I had kids. I didn't want to pick up dog poop. It was like, all right, I guess I'm going to pick it up because that's the right thing to do. I guess I'm going to pick it up for this reason or that reason or the other reason. Now that I have kids, I don't even care why I do or don't want to walk or I don't want to pick up the dog poop. I go walk the dog now because what I know is I want my kids to be able to play in the backyard. Still have to pick up dog poop, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying about motivation is when we want to do something, we don't even need reasons to do it. We could have 1,000 reasons why we don't want to do it, and then we still do it. So that's what's really fascinating for me about motivation is that if you are struggling with motivation, maybe it's like something you really don't want to do. And that leads me into deadlines, right? We all stress and strain and get frustrated about deadlines. But the deadline, we're like, okay, I create a deadline in my head so that I now have a way to know that I need to get this done by this point. But what if you didn't put so much stress, so much strain, so much worry on the deadline? Would it still get done? I asked Courtney that question the other day. I said, how many times in the 15 years that you've been an accountant have you missed a deadline? She was like, probably a handful of times that I could think of. And it hit me in that moment. It hit me that just because we have a deadline and we're stressing about the deadline doesn't get the work done any faster, doesn't mean that we can do any more, any less. And I'm actually stick with Courtney's job a little bit because it's a very good example on a broad scale of what I'm talking about. So, as an accountant, she has deadlines throughout the year. She's not a tax accountant, so April 20th is not her time. That is not the date. But for her, it's the end of the year. There's so many more people or so many more jobs that need to be done, right? So she has deadline after deadline after deadline, and she comes in and she's like, like I got this deadline of X, Y, and Z that'll be a month off or 2 months off, and I don't know how I'm gonna work on it. And what always seems to happen is that she gets to the deadline and the job is done, whether she's stressed about it or not. And why is that? It's almost like if it's our job, we're going to do it. I've been writing, right? I've been texting or typing and doing more writing. Going to figure out a blog here pretty soon. Well, what happened is during the writing, like sometimes I'll stop and I can't come up with anything. And I looked it up. They call it like a writer's block or something like that. But how many of you get to, at your job call yourself? I got trucker's block at UPS. I would have loved that. I would have loved to been like, yeah, supervisor, can't get the work done today. Danny, you sick? You're not feeling well? Nah, that's not it. Danny, did your something happen at home? Like, is that it? No, that's not. I just can't. I got trucker's block, man. I just can't get it done today. That would never fly. Never. So that's interesting, right? I had so many deadlines at work, right? Deadline. Got to get this done. Got to get this done. And I would stress and I would struggle and I would really fight myself to get it done. But how much further are we taking ourselves away from the goal that we actually want to achieve when we start stressing about the situation? When you stress, do you get the opportunity to be your best self? For me, no, I don't. Like whenever I'm upset, frustrated, yelling at the point of wit's end, I never come up with anything new. I never come up with anything interesting. Yeah, I get all hyped up. I get it out. I get that fire out, and then what happens later is I'm apologizing to whoever that was because I didn't feel like that was myself. So why not whenever I'm in a low mood? Why not just stop there? I'm in a low mood today. No reason to keep talking to this person about that. I'm in a low mood today. Maybe I shouldn't work on whatever this is. Maybe I should take a break. I actually this weekend was talking to a friend, and this depicts it very well. It's Monday, motivation, all of it goes together. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you this story. This weekend, my friend was like, I'm upset with myself because I need to clean my house. I'm behind on work, and all I want to do is lay here in bed. I said, why don't you lay there in bed? Because then I wouldn't do anything. I'm not going to do anything if I just lay here in bed. All right? Let me get this straight. So what you're saying is you've been laying in the bed all day. You're upset with yourself because you're laying in the bed because you have these other things to do. Yes. I said, why don't you just give yourself the freedom to lay in bed? Do the other things have to be done? They were like, no, like actually, like my house needs to be cleaned. It hadn't been really cleaned in a couple weeks. I'm just telling myself it needs to be done today. Oh, so you're putting a artificial deadline on yourself to get upset with yourself to help motivate yourself to clean up. But she'd been doing that for 2 weeks and it didn't work. So my instruction to her was, hey, take a break. Take a second, sit down, and take a break. Not an hour later, I got a message saying, guess what I'm doing? I was like, what? You taking a break? No, I'm working. I took the break, and then the next thing showed up for me to do. And that's because the system is designed perfectly. So on Monday, stay motivated. But by motivation, I don't mean finding more and more and more reasons to do something. I simply mean that do the things that you want to do. Now, if you have a job, like, you got to do it. It's part of it. Do it. Be more you. We're going to keep growing stronger together. Share. Let other people know. I am going to be back on Wednesday for you guys for a Wow Wednesday. I got to figure out how to get this blog thing done, right? Like I got the post. Like I've written it out. Now I just got to stick it in. That way you guys can get it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to get done on a baby day. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for dropping in. If you ever want to leave a comment, I love reading your comments. If you ever want to send this to somebody else and have them message me or whatever, please by all means do. I am a life coach, and if that is something that you are interested in or if you want to know more about, please let me know. Not only because I'm in school for life coaching, so I need more sessions to practice and get better, but because I actually think that I could help some people out there. I could probably help you with whatever's going on. And I don't mean with a problem necessarily. Yes, if you have a problem, bring it to me. That's not what I mean. What I mean is if there's anything that you would like more clarity around. Like, for instance, you want to take a break, but you are beating yourself up about that break. I can help you see, oh, maybe taking the break might actually lead to better success. Y'all have a great day. I'm getting out of here. Do something cool today. It's Monday. Over and out.